Hello, this is Star, and today I am messing around with velocity. Messing around with velocity. Velocity is kind of cool. For every note, that one's kind of cool, but it sounds kind of like I did it on the MIDI roll because it has the same velocity on each of them. Of course, in Bitwig, you go in here. Over here and to edit, and then over here you can edit the velocity. You can manually mess with the velocity. And you can change how the track sounds by changing around the velocity, of course, right? Keyboards are velocity sensitive. Some of them are not. I have a few that are not. I have a few that are. The bigger problem is the ones that are not kind of gay, flat, velocity, unsensitive type of feel to it, and I gotta go back in and mess with the velocity. Of course, doing this note by note for over an entire track is a lot of work. Bitwig does have some tools. They have this velocity thing over here that you can alter, and it alters all the velocity. Generally, you have a couple of things you can mess with, like the mean, the scale, the amount of chaos. And that's all really cool, but you don't really have a really good control over it. You also have a humanizer type of note thing that you could slap into the strip, and you can put it before your And what I have here is I was looking at the automations for velocity. It doesn't look like you can actually change the velocity. This is changing it of the humanized type of thing. But if I were to move it, it would be gone. You can't really change. You're either doing the mixer panel or you're doing the VST or you're adding a MIDI lane. But MIDI on here doesn't look like it allows you to change the velocity. Unless there's a CC effect for it or something. You could do channel pressure, but I'm not sure if that's the same. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the note effects. Or sorry, note grid. Oof. It's a morning. In note grid, you have access to the velocity here. And you can mess with it. So you can have it change just like everything else in the note grid. And you realistically, if you want to do it, you can do go to the values, level, value, and click on this. Okay, now we got that going. The next part is actually really simple. I want to do steps. There's a couple reasons why I want to do steps. Steps will allow me to use this as my velocity curve. And in fact, let me pull the velocity down here, pull the curve up. Alright, now we're getting closer. The thing that is kind of cool with this is that you can do it to whatever timing that you want. So if I want to do for every eighth note, I want to change the velocity, and then I want to randomize it. then my velocity gets random per revolution or per timing of this one, and I can just keep on clicking random and get something. And then I got all kinds of other things that I can mess with. I can mess with movement around. I can mess with the timing. I can say what it goes on. I got pretty much very finite control, and as long as the kind of the pattern for my notes matches the velocity. So if I double click on here, these are eighths. So, or well, they were on eighths. These are eighths. I had my grid originally set to 1/8. There we go. And so I want my velocity to change on 1/8 to go along with the playing, since I don't have a whole lot of different type of measurements in here for the notes. I do have very long notes, but overall I can, let me go back. Let me even up on my velocities. Not that it really matters, because basically it's getting ignored through the note grid because of this right here. And what I could do is I could I should be able to record this and use that as a kind of a template, or create several templates for how velocity is throughout the song, and I can mix and match and do when I need a standard velocity for some of the notes, or just keep on changing them. And so on and so forth. Lets me kind of cooler control. Either I can go full random, or I can go a little sequenced and be able to kind of sequence the stuff here and be able to have it apply to not just these, but if I were to double it. Curious. Yeah, you're not able to automate that button. You are able to automate turning it off. Either way, wanted to mess around with velocity, wanted to learn how to automate it, figured it out. You can put it in the steps. Steps is kind of cool because you could do it throughout an entire thing. You don't like it, change it as much as you want. You could do like this, and then it'll actually correspond with the notes, so therefore it'll be kind of on par with what you're doing, or at least if it's not, you can change it through here too. Overall, if you have a lot of change in note lengths and different things like that, it probably is not the best, but it's a start so that you can go through and kind of key in what your velocity is if you don't have a velocity sensitive keyboard, or if you don't feel like changing velocity for every note for an entire track that you have, but you want to kind of have a sort of either 16, 32, 64. And so on and so forth. It's actually a kind of cool concept for at least velocity sensitivity. Anyway, hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I will catch you later.